Dreams are just as complex as the human mind that creates them. Inside each dream is a mystery to unfold. Once the true meaning of the dream is found, a new meaning is brought to life in a new light that comes to your aid when the time is right. Enjoy your sleep.
Dreams. They're quite a mystery, aren't they? Portals to the most inner depths of the mind being projected into our very eyes, like a movie at the cinema, can be quite a mystery. Now, what are dreams? Are they growths of seeds planted by your last thoughts before you lay to rest? Or are they eyes to another time or place to seek out what is important? Are they disguised messages hidden in a production created by the imagination? Or are they simple films made to entertain us in the night? Chances are they can be a bit of each. My name is Dakota Frandsen, and what you are about to hear is a collection of research put together in the journals of my team, with new visions of old topics that unearth new ways of understanding everyone as a person and the battles they face. This is Journals of Supernatural Adventure. Now, dreams are often a reflection of the mind in which it is created. What you see in your dreams is often a reflection of your mental state, sometimes even involving factors in the physical world, well, in most cases at least. Just recently, the Paranormal Raider Force had a first-hand experience the other factors that can influence dreams. Before we get to that, it's best to discuss the accepted modes of dream. It is always possible to slip into a quick dream. It can be a reflection of pleasant memories, or, if done right, your dreams can be projected on the physical world like a hologram. If you never had that happen before, please take my word for it. It gets weird. Now, it is actually a rare form of what is known as a false awakening, or a dream that appears like you have already woken up, and after something happens, you quote-unquote wake up a second time. It's quite a perplexing concept that can make the basis of a good mystery, which is exactly why dreams are often welcomed with open arms in the paranormal. Let's cover one concept of dreams that spooks most believers of the unknown: prophetic dreams, or dreams that let the dreamer peek into the coming future. Ever have a dream that seems so realistic, then after some time it became true in close detail? If so, chances are you have never realized it happened until it had already occurred. Well, it's quite interesting to see how it goes. When prophetic dreams take place, you are literally taking on a view of the future through those eyes. You are able to send yourself into another place and time to see what is happening with very little effort. But how in the world is it possible to do this? The answer itself has yet to be understood in today's science, but in the scientific community, it would imply the use of certain technologies. Yet how it takes place only requires what is already here. My theory on astral travel, whether induced by a person, let's say a psychic trying to locate something, or through a dream, which literally can happen to anybody, is actually rooted through mysterious reports of people being able to physically travel between universes. Now, it kind of sounds crazy, but here's what we know. Everyone knows about the disappearances happening around the Bermuda Triangle, and probably the lesser-known Dragon's Triangle. Massive water vessels, airplanes, and much more strange phenomena have been centered around these areas believed to be caused by extraterrestrial activity. In the Bermuda, the first account believed to have been reported was by Christopher Columbus after one of his voyages. He reportedly saw a bright light rise out of the sea and follow his vessel before eventually disappearing. Now, on the other side of the world are myths of mighty dragons emerging from the waters of the Dragon's Triangle off the coast of Japan. Now, for those of you that follow an ancient alien theory like I have, you're probably aware of the idea that these sightings are believed to be some form of unidentified flying objects. But how in the world are UFOs connected to the psychic phenomena of prophetic dreams? Our theory in itself is lengthy in thought, but would help explain the phenomena, alongside several other thoughts primarily exist in fantasies of science fiction. Now, to get things started, what we're going to have to do is go through the basis of quantum physics, some of the more explored areas. Now, a couple weeks ago, I actually had the privilege of speaking with astrophysicist at NASA about a theory on synthetic wormholes. I asked this question: if it were possible to overcome the boundaries of Einstein's theory of relativity and have an object with a large amount of mass travel at the speed of light, or even greater, would it be possible that such an intense force would cause a rip in the quantum foam of the universe, similar to the effect of scribbling on a piece of paper at a fast speed, causing the formation of a synthetic wormhole? If not, please explain. Now, of course, my main focus was to help explain the phenomena of UFOs through another piece of my research. But to avoid unnecessary criticism of the scientific community, I worded the question like I did to basically lean away from extraterrestrial. Now, unfortunately, since the question was short, I got a short answer, which reads: anything is possible if you throw out the laws of physics. But since it goes against our current understanding, it's not really that useful to speculate on. Of course, you don't have to throw out known laws. It might be possible to momentarily form mini black holes in particle accelerators. Now, following this response was a link to information on the concept of mini black holes. Turns out, inside the particle accelerators used to try to mimic the conditions of the Big Bang, very tiny black holes are formed in the path of travel that the particles take. But the only reason they don't appear on any monitors because of their small size is an easy fix. Now, in my last episode, I gave an example of Einstein-Rosen bridges eventually pinching off after its creation, or basically after a black hole is formed with a wormhole and a white hole. Eventually, the wormhole part pinches off, no longer allowing connection. Basically, what we got here is that NASA just pulled a Galileo, simply because even though it's small particles, about 1 atom big, that they are using in these particle accelerators, they are objects with mass, and they create these mini black holes in the path of travel they take in particle accelerators.